Defending William Ruto's government is becoming very, very difficult. And one person finding it very hard to defend Ruto is Mutahi Ngunyi. About 1 hour ago, Mutahi, taking to his X account, shared out this post. Mutahi Ngunyi, and maybe the dynasties conditioned us to believe that a simple boy from Sugoi with jiggers cannot manage a complex economy like Kenya. And maybe they're right, but what if Ruto proves them wrong? Impossible is nothing. Mutahi Ngunyi is indirectly trying to say that William Ruto cannot manage a complex economy like Kenya. And is also saying indirectly that after all, the so-called dynasties were right. That's what Mutahi Ngunyi is trying to say, but indirectly. But because in the recent days, he has been a staunch supporter of William Ruto, he must be seen as if he still has some confidence in William Ruto. And going through comments upon Mutahi posting this, very many Kenyans see this as a Mutahi Ngunyi who is very confused and trying to adopt the fence-sitting kind of an approach. Because if he continues supporting William Ruto directly, he will soon become irrelevant politically, and no Kenyan will be bothering with these posts. Even children, the young, they now know that this is a government that has failed. If you compare this government to the previous governments that have ruled Kenya before, a whopping majority of Kenyans are in agreement that this one is the worst. So defending that kind of a government directly can render somebody politically irrelevant. Mutahi Ngunyi does not want to be politically irrelevant, so he's just trying to defend this government, but indirectly. But as he defends it, he's also just saying indirectly that Ruto has failed. He cannot manage a complex economy like Kenya. I want us to dig deep into this, considering the fact that InfoTrack Harris released their research today. A research that showed William Ruto getting a D, Rigathi getting an E. So you are seeing Kenyans have given William Ruto a D, Rigathi an E. That's a government that has seriously failed. It has failed miserably. Before we dig deep into all this, if you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. What's happening here, ladies and gentlemen? Without propaganda or lies, you can't defend William Ruto's government. Because if you look on the promises William Ruto made, he has not fulfilled on any single pledge or promise he made. How then can somebody start defending that kind of a government? And I also believe that those working in Kenya Kwanza government, the advisors, William Ruto's advisors, they are really finding it very hard working with William Ruto. And that's why in several occasions, we have also been seeing David Ndii giving some mixed signals. William Ruto, in my honest opinion, is a one-man show. he can't be advised. And that's why almost every promise he makes ends up failing badly. Recently, or in fact, not just last month, during the State of the Nation address, William Ruto promised that this month, Kenya was to start making partial payment on the Eurobond debt. Yesterday, the government made a U-turn and we are now being told that that will not be possible. So William Ruto is clearly embarrassing himself and even embarrassing those who he has appointed to assist him in running the government. A president who has been proved as a pathological liar. So any person of integrity working in this government will find it very hard. And that's why I always maintain here that this government is full of quacks. No man or woman of integrity can work for William Ruto, because then it means the person will just be lying to be in line with William Ruto's lies. So this is a government full of men and women who lacks integrity. And that's why, again, I keep on saying, nobody in this government is fit holding a public office. Back to that post by Mutahi Ngunyi. Mutahi Ngunyi is trying to bring the aspect of dynasties versus the hustlers. That's the narrative William Ruto campaigned on, and that's the lie they sold to Kenyans. So by Mutahi still bringing that aspect of dynasties, it confirms that they have been pushed to the wall. They don't have any strategy. They don't have any new agenda or any new strategy. They are still holding on to the old strategies of dynasties versus hustlers. And this is why I strongly believe that if William Ruto wants to remain politically relevant, he must go back to the drawing board to come up with a new strategy. The hustlers, the bottom ups, those ones have failed. In fact, William Ruto has betrayed all those narratives. And he has spoiled for any Kenyan will come campaigning on such platform that, I come from a humble background. William Ruto has spoiled for them. And this is why I say William Ruto is the worst mistake to have happened in this country. He has spoiled for the majority hustlers. Kenyans will no longer take seriously any person campaigning that, I come from a humble background. If Ruto's track record is anything to go by, Kenyans will not listen to any person coming up with that kind of a narrative. Mutahi ends his post by saying, but what if Ruto proves them wrong? Impossible is nothing. Siku njema huonekana asubuhi. In the 1 year William Ruto has been the president, we have seen serious corruption. Besides corruption, we have seen serious tribalism and serious nepotism. Men and women who are not qualified to hold public offices are being given those positions just to please them. Such kind of a government cannot deliver. In the 1 year, this government has borrowed over 4 trillion Kenya shillings. That money is earning serious interests. So if only you project that in the next 3 or so years, Kenya will be in a worse off state or in a worse off position than it is right now. Economically, the country is going to perform dismally. So about 1 year coming, the situation will be bad. And I'm saying that because the way the government is being run, corruption is rampant. Any person trying to fight corruption is being fought back. We saw that with Margaret Nyakango the control of budget. So this is not a government that is serious about fighting corruption. It condones corruption. That kind of a government cannot get it right, cannot deliver. So somebody should tell Mutahi Ngunyi that in the next coming years, the situation will even be worse than it is today. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Any person who may want to support our forum, contact me through that number below. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.